Until that day in the Nazareth synagogue, I don't believe anyone in the village had paid much attention to the rumours spreading around Galilee. Most of us knew Jesus, even though he'd been away for a while. He'd grown up in our village, and his mother and brothers still live here. There were stories about him getting baptised by John in the Jordan. "A bit fanatical if you ask me," said Father. "Poor Mary," said Mother. And some said that he was a wonderful preacher, but no one here took much notice until that day. That was the day Jesus raised the stakes. There was no going back for him after that. Not in Nazareth, anyway. I was there, of course, as I always was. I'd been in synagogue with my parents for as long as I could remember, and was just getting to the age when I was beginning to ask questions about the familiar rituals and readings. Too many questions as far as my mother was concerned. "Enough, Anna. People are praying. They don't want to hear from you," she'd whisper. "Be a good girl and sit still." So I did, most of the time. That morning, everything was normal, right up until Jesus got up to read from the scroll of the prophet Isaiah. It was when he sat down that I realised something was about to happen. All eyes were on him, and he said something that even I understood. He said that the scripture he had just read had now come true. That was so exciting. Words written thousands of years ago by a man who never knew any of us were coming true right here in our synagogue. In Nazareth, of all places. I held my breath as Jesus said some other things that I didn't understand, but that seemed to make people cross. Rabbi Simeon looked like he might explode any minute. I was a bit nervous, so I wriggled closer to Mother, who was sitting on the edge of her seat by then. I couldn't work out what it was that so upset everyone. The words Jesus read out that Isaiah wrote down ages ago were all about the Lord setting people free. People who are prisoners, or who are blind or oppressed. I'm not sure what that means exactly, but it sounds like it would be good news for them. And if Jesus was the one God wanted to do that, why would anyone mind? Wouldn't it make Nazareth famous? Maybe it was what Jesus said after that about prophets not being accepted in their hometowns. When I asked Mother about that later, all she would say was that Jesus was probably a bit tired from all the travelling around and had got things mixed up. He didn't look tired to me, but I didn't dare argue with her. I never saw Jesus again after that. Perhaps he was too busy helping those poor people to go free to bother with us back home. That makes me a bit sad. Maybe if the people in the synagogue had listened to Jesus instead of making him leave, then things might have been different. Maybe we could have helped him instead of sending him away. But Mother says that's just the way things are around here. Nazarenes really don't like things to change too much, and the carpenter's son was hardly likely to be the Lord's anointed Messiah. Now was he?